G'day and kia ora, I'm the Anzac Gamer, also known as Angelite85, and welcome back to the Anzac Gaming channel. This video is going to be a little bit different. I'm trying out a couple of things. I'm new to YouTube, even though my channel's over 2 years old, but the content that's on there is new, and we're going to try something a little bit different today. This is going to be a bit of a rant video. It's going to be a politically charged rant video, just basically because of what's happening in Australia at the moment where I live. And before you go, I'll say you're Australian. It's like, no, I'm actually a New Zealander that considers himself Australian. I lived in Australia since I was 18. I'm now 31. I love Australia. Absolutely love Australia. Love its people. Love the can-do attitude. It's the same. This is what's really funny. A lot of people think that New Zealanders and Australians are completely different. At their core, at the heart, Australians and New Zealanders are the same. They have the same values, they have the same fair go values about it. We really are passionate about our sports. I'm not. Most people are more passionate. Most of the Australians are really passionate about their footy. Me, I'm passionate about my yachting. I love my yachting, especially the America's Cup, and I really wish Australia would actually get back into it. I would really love to see an Australia-New Zealand battle again. Yeah, it really gets my blood flowing when I watch yachting, and a lot of people are going, well, that's like watching paint dry. It depends. It really depends. Each to their own at the end of the day. But I'm a immigrant to Australia from New Zealand. The way that works is I have a special categories visa. It allows me to live and stay in Australia indefinitely. It allows me to work in Australia indefinitely. I don't have to go and get my citizenship. I really want to get my citizenship. The problem is it's going to cost me $6,500 to get, and I just don't have that kind of money just floating around. Especially after moving, which is why this video is actually late. This video is probably going up on Saturday afternoon, on the 21st of May. There should have been a video yesterday on the 20th and on Friday, because I basically, as it states on my channel, I have the Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule that I try to keep to, and for the most part I had up until the move. Anyway, this video is going on about a certain thing that's close to my heart. Oh, just quickly. The video that is playing, the footage of the game that I'm playing is called Loadout. It's a free-to-play game on Steam. As you can see, the graphic style is very much influenced by Team Fortress 2. I highly, if you like the basically what I'm playing there is a co-op match, or the things that I'm playing are co-op matches. So yeah, have a go, have a play. As I said, it's free. So it's only going to cost you data. Have a look at it. It's not a bad game for a free to play. So yeah. Anyway, so as I was saying, basically what's going on in Australia is we're heading into an election. Basically, the Liberal Party that's the current leading government is being no good, and the Labour Party, which is the opposition, because we have a two-party system, just like a lot of places in the world. We have Liberals and the Liberals Nationals, which the Liberal National Coalition, and then we have the Labour Party. A lot of places like Australia have a Labour Party plus thing. Anyway, so we're heading into an election year. The thing that I'm really hoping to see is, the reason that I want to see the current government ousted is, and it's pretty bad for me to say because it's only on one thing. There's actually a lot of things, but it's only one thing I'm going to talk about because it sits in line with the channel here, is the National Broadband Network. Basically, the Liberal Party came in and decided that their way was better. Their way was going to be cheaper, their way was going to be quicker. An independent study just recently came out and said, wrong on both accounts. You will also be hamstringing the country because your speeds on that network are nowhere near world class. The other parts of the country that have got the original National Broadband Network rollout plan in place, which was a fibre to the premises, which is basically there is a big fibre trunk haul going to a fibre distribution hub, and from that hub there's fibre lines to the premises, and we have fibre optic connections in the houses and in businesses and stuff like that, giving speeds currently at 100 by 40. Yeah, really nice and quick. Basically, I get a 12 megabytes per second download. Yeah, nice and quick. And my 40 megabits up is essentially somewhere around the realms of, I can't remember, megabytes per second going back up. So basically I upload my 20-minute, half-hour YouTube videos, which are 3 or 4 gig or something like that, up to YouTube in a matter of 20 minutes. And then they're online in a half hour with all the processing and everything involved. Anywho, so we have the fibre to the... So I'm lucky enough to have fibre to the premises, which was the original rollout for the Labour Party. That was the Labour Party's plan, and pretty much everybody in the tech know-how. So telecommunications experts, IT experts, gamers, heavy users of the internet that know a lot about their stuff said, fan-fucking-tastic. Brilliant. It's what we need, because all the other options are no good for this country. They are very much approaching the use-by date. It was quite clear that the investigations that were coming out that we weren't going to be able to get anywhere near the value for money out of the other technology, which is what the Liberal Party put in, which was the fibre to the node. Which is kind of funny, because at the start the Labour Party was backing fibre to the node and the Liberal Party was actually saying no, we should be doing fibre to the premises. So Labour then went, oh yeah, you know what, you're right, we'll do fibre to the premises. And then the Liberal Party decided, no, this is an election year, we are backing fibre to the node because it can be done faster, because we're using, and cheaper, because we're using existing infrastructure. But the problem with that is the existing infrastructure was rubbish. The infrastructure that was currently in Australia and still here is rubbish, outdated, old. The copper lines have perished, should have been dug up years ago and replaced, but have never been, because the incumbent telecommunications company, which is Telstra, wasn't actually looking after it. Anyway, so a lot of us were backing fibre to the premises because we knew that it was going to be upgradable quite easily and quite cheaply. It was going to be cheaper to maintain, and even though slightly dearer to roll out, was going to see a much better return, because it would invite overseas investors, because they're going, wow, look at that, they have world-class fibre to the premises, or fibre to the premises technology in play all over the country. So we can go anywhere and we can set up business, and we will have world-class telecommunications, because the whole industry runs now on data. It's all telecommunications. So we thought, cool, we'll see a return on investment. It'll create jobs, because things will happen. People will be able to telecommute more often, because the connections will be a lot more stable, and they'll be able to telecommute to the office, and they won't have to, which will help ease congestion on the roads. Education capabilities will come up, because now they will have all this capability with all this bandwidth. There's even technology we haven't even thought of utilizing this. It's the thing from Catcher in the Rye. If you build it, they will come, kind of thing. But if you don't build it, they ain't coming. So it's kind of trying to put things into perspective with the Liberal Party, and they don't get that if they put the fibre to the node stuff in, that it's not going to do anything, it's going to cause problems. So we were all backing that. We were also all backing the fibre to the premises, because we knew that a lot of families now are multi-device, multi-internet capable device stuff in the house. So we have dad on the computer, we have mum on the computer, we have little Sally on the Xbox, we have little Johnny on the PlayStation, we have the older brother and sister on a PC doing YouTube stuff like this, doing all this sort of thing, and you can't do that on an ADSL2 connection without fucking things up. it's slowing down, causing buffering, causing a whole host of issues because the congestion on the network, of the congestion on that little speed thing isn't able to cope. Things like Netflix are okay because Netflix has a fantastic algorithm that is able to adjust its speed and stuff, but a lot of the homegrown stuff, like Stan and Presto, don't. They don't have the algorithm that Netflix has, allowing them to stream smoothly and adjust the quality on the fly without buffering as time went on. So, or as the thing progressed. So it kind of doesn't work very well. So we were all for that. We knew that the fiber to the node thing would only work for a little bit, considering that its max speed currently in its current rollout is only 25 by 4, I think, and its max speed of 50 by 10. And now the 50 by 10 would be okay for a family of heavy users of maybe 3 or 4. Any more than that and the connection would start to falter and start to run down and not work very well. So it's all very good and well that the Liberal Party thought that they could achieve something that the Labour Party was actually going to achieve quite comfortably, but it came down to what it looked like. Your idea isn't our idea, so we're going to oppose it because we need to be seen to be opposing this, rather than saying, hey, great idea, we back it, can you maybe look at adjusting it so things come in cheaper? Can you put in some checks and balances so that people aren't being ripped off? Can you make sure this isn't happening and that's not happening? That's what the Liberal Party should have been doing with Labour in power at the time. And when Labour got ousted, the Liberals should have picked up the torch and kept going, and Labour should have been on to them going, hey, have you thought about doing this to make it cheaper? Have you thought, we need to penetrate more now. Satellite's not going to really cut it. Wireless isn't going to really cut it. We need to make sure that we're building in expandability into the network. We need to be doing this sort of thing. And it didn't happen. It basically became, we don't like you because you're not doing what we want to do, and we want to do this, so we're going to do this. And that's what it seems like. It was that whole kid rage quitting. I'm taking my bat and ball and going home so no one else can play type of deal, and that's what it came across as. So basically this election time, which is it's come early because the Liberal Party's really fucked up. They've really done things that aren't really too nice, and to people like myself who don't earn they apparently believe that most people earn $80,000. I'm actually earning below what is considered the poverty line, which is around about $50,000 a year. I'm below that. I'm about 40, maybe 36 to 40,000 a year. There are people that are worse off in the country that are at $20,000 a year and stuff like that. And we can't seem to catch a break. And there's a whole bunch of other things. They're not really working for the people. It's quite clear that they're working for other interests with their own agendas in mind. But anyway, I digress. We're not going into that. This isn't a full-on political channel where we're talking about tech and gaming, so that's what we are. So yeah, I can't seem to get my head around a lot of things with what's going on. Unfortunately, because of who I am a New Zealand immigrant, so I don't have any say in this. I don't have my citizenship because I don't have $6,500 to get it. But you know, I can at least come onto YouTube, throw up a video of me playing Loadout, and voice some concern of what's going on. So yeah, I'll leave that here. I'm the Anzac Gamer, also known as Angel885. Thanks for watching. By all means, check out Loadout. It's not that bad a game for a free-to-play, and I will see you next time with something more fun. So I'll catch you then. Bye.